welcome again. The time is back. It is time to review another Roboforce drop. If you haven't been following the Roboforce stuff, it's based on the old Roboforce toys from the 80s. They had suction cups on the bottom and little grabby hands when you squeeze the little button on their back. I had a few of them when I was a kid. They're fun little toys. They've been brought back to life in the form of a GLYAXIA build system compatible series with John Kent over at the Toyfinity blog and other people, and they're just a lot of fun. You can build, they're reconfigurable, you pop them apart, just a little vinyl toy building system. I've got a few GLYAXIA too. I've had some fun with the GLYAXIA. I built a Cyclone out of Robotech, or must be out of Cyclone, out of the GLYAXIA pieces. There's all sorts of neat stuff you can do with them. They're all compatible, they're reconfigurable. You'll see God Beasts got some stuff, and Kabuto Mushi, and things like that. There's all sorts of figures that are coming out now that are compatible with this build system. But the Roboforce is my favorite. Like I said, there's a little bit of a nostalgia factor there, and the newest drop is here. So you've got MAXX, a.k.a. Max Steel from the old line, in a GLYAXIA disguise, which is, if you follow the GLYAXIA story, that'll make sense to you. And so a nice little Roboforce, GLYAXIA compatible, even more GLYAXIA compatible, not besides just the build, integrating into that story. As well, Vanguard, the Warrior, we'll get to more on him in a minute, and Battlestar the Guardian. And Battlestar the Guardian is basically the hun-dred build in a really nice, it's hard to, it's not showing up completely on camera, but it's a really nice metallic black. It's not just a straight black. It's kind of a shiny, swirly metallic black, which is really nice. MAXX is, or MAXX in GLYAXIA is yellow and black with some blue on him as well. Now, he actually comes in the package with yellow arms. He comes mostly yellow, but he's supposed to have the blue arms. The blue pieces come in a separate little baggie. You get some extra blue pieces with him, as well as you get the full GLYAXIA build kit with the alternate legs and everything. So I swapped the blue out for the arms on him, and he's really cool. Battlestar is, like I said, he's the shiny black metallic hun-dred build. And what's really cool is now, if somebody posted a picture, I'm going to try it here in a little bit. If you use him, the original red hun-dred, and some of the parts from the original MAXX, or I guess you could even sub in if you want to have a more shiny silver, you can use the Sentinel parts. But you can use parts from these three kits to actually put together a fairly decent facsimile of the original hun-dred's colors from the 80s, with the black body and the gray helmet and the red arm. So I'm going to build that here in a little bit and check that out. But yeah, it's really cool. Vanguard himself. He said, I think this MAXX in GLYAXIA may end up being my favorite figure from the set. I don't know what it is, but that yellow and blue really pops for me. But I have a special attachment to Vanguard here, because one, he's a bigger build. He's not as big as the glow-in-the-dark Wrecker build, which uses almost 2 full sets to build him. But he is a deluxe build. He comes with a few extra parts, and as well as some extra parts here in a baggie. So you get all that with the Vanguard build. But I was partially responsible for this guy getting created, because with the test shots for these that were going around were this really beautiful orange. Like, I'm a big fan of orange regardless. But I kept talking about how much I loved every time those test shot pictures showed up, because MAXX in the orange color looked really nice. Now, I would have liked to have seen like orange with maybe some white details to pop a little better. But still a very nice orange here. And it's not showing up very well. There's 20 paint applications on this, which is the most I think any of the figures have had so far. But you've got some black in a couple of places, a kind of brownish color, and then an red-orange paint app. And the red-orange paint apps don't pop so much under certain lighting. It actually looks like it's showing up on camera a little better than it does to the naked eye in normal lighting. If you take him outside, he looks amazing. And there's some reddish-orange pieces, some standard orange pieces, and the slightly redder-orange pieces throughout the build. And again, I don't know how well the camera's picking up those shade differences, but they are apparent. And again, the brighter the light you take him into, the more those shades become different from each other and really make him pop. So yeah, so anyway, so I talked about how much the orange was, how much I loved orange, and that was an inspiration for this guy to get built. The actual color scheme is taken from the old Vanguard video game logo, and you can look that up, the old retro, old school 80s game logo, and it's also where the name came from, Vanguard, the warrior. And he is supposed to be the brother to Sentinel, And you can kind of see the similarities in those builds there. He is much bigger, obviously. And again, he's got the battle mast. You can actually rotate this around and pull the mast out at an angle so they have similar faces. You can see their family resemblance if you turn that around. Because that's using the same head there. And he comes with all the parts that you normally would get, as well as some extras. And really nice. I really do love this build system. They're posable at all the join points, so you get a lot of good posability out of these guys as well once you build them. Now, speaking of the Sentinel brothers, there's also this guy that I built out of another Wrecker kit. I was going to call him Sentinel Prime, and then I went, wait a minute. So, I don't know, I'm calling him Epsilon for now, but he's kind of an upgraded Sentinel build. He's got a similar backpack, some extra parts. You can see he's a little bit bigger and bulkier than the standard Sentinel build, but still using that same base form. Just because, like, I really like the Sentinel build. The silver is not my, like I said, the silver look all on here. It's a nice silver, but it kind of all blends together on the standard Sentinel build. And I really love the white and the green and the glow in the dark pieces. So I built Epsilon here, and he can join his brothers to fight off the bad Roboforce guys. So yeah, it's a fun little drop. All three of these are still available at the Toyfinity store. I'll put that link down there in the bottom of the video description, or not in the bottom, just in the video description, right here underneath the video. You should be able to click on that, and there will be all three of these are still available. I think there's some limits. I think he's 5 per person, and I think the other 2 are 3 per person. Sentinel is still available at a no limit, so you can buy as many of these kits as you want. And again, the more kits you got, the bigger builds you can do. Like, he's built from a standard kit. MAXX is built from a standard kit. This is a standard build, and Enemy the Conqueror, or Enemy the Dictator. All these guys are the standard body build. I'm going to use the original colors on all these guys. These are 4 basic body types. All of these can be built with any kit. Yeah, if I wanted to turn him into this guy or this guy or this guy, I've got all the pieces to do that. So whichever color kit you get, you can build all of these base robots out of it. And then the more kits you get, again, you can take, like, if you have, like I said, 2 kits will let you build Wrecker in whatever color you pick it up in. So if you want a yellow Wrecker, get 2 of these kits. You can build a yellow and blue Wrecker like this. You want a big orange Wrecker? You can do that. So the more kits you build, you get, the more possibilities you've got in your builds. And I've seen some really amazing builds come out of these things. Like I said, I'm going to mess around with some later once I get done shooting the video. But yeah, so you've got MAXX and GLYAXIA Disguise, Battlestar the Guardian, Vanguard the Warrior, this month's Toyfinity Roboforce drop. It looks like it's going to be a while before the next one, so stock up on these while you can if you want new Roboforce. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. They kind of hurt your thumbs when you're playing with them if they're not warmed up. But I really, really enjoy this line. I'm so thankful that they're bringing it to us, and there are guys out there who are putting in the work to make these. I'd like to see maybe like a forest green robot at some point, but let's see if we can't make that magic happen again. I talk so much about how much I love this orange guy. Let's see if we can't get some other colors. Man, I'm trying to think of what colors we really would like to see. Purple, forest green and purple would be cool. A purple robot and a forest green robot. But let's just I want to see all these things done in as many different colors as possible, because the more you make, the more you're going to get, be able to build things. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to building that old school hun-dred figure with the purple colors. I'm hoping we'll eventually get colors you can build like an old school Sentinel, an old school MAXX, and with all the right colors on him. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there it is. This month's Toyfinity Roboforce drop. Again, check out the link down there and check them out because they're pretty cool.